taste unlike. I always share that majority of people have experience.
News is happening now. Look at what's making headlines around the world. Whenever it happens, wherever you are, it's here now.
It's really competitive this year.
This season is just blowing my mind.
I think America is going to love you.
Roof warranties are all about trust. Your trust in GAF, a time-tested company, and our trust in our Master Elite contractors. They're trained, licensed, insured, and only they can offer our best warranties.
Call Oneida Roofing today.
Dan's Carpet Service and Sales is a veterans-owned business serving you since 1981. We carry all the top brands of carpet, luxury vinyl plank, ceramic, and porcelain tile. Specializing in custom showers, if you want a shower that doesn't look like the plastic panels, come visit us.
Tribute Brewing, Airport Road to Bluebird Road, Eagle River.
Straight ahead, a man accused of killing his ex in Rhinelander appeared in court today. What the judge decided during the motion hearing.
Plus, the state legislator is addressing sexual misconduct in the Wisconsin National Guard, the procedures they're reviewing.
And a city is one step closer to a new YMCA facility. We'll learn how it will expand childcare access as your local news starts right now.
Your local news and weather from where you live. Newswatch 12 at 6 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Dan Hagan.
And I'm Jessica Jukich. The man accused of murdering Hannah Miller last year appeared in Oneida County Court today.
And Newswatch 12's Kyle Pazorski was there. Kyle, what did the court find?
Well, Dan and Jessica, Christopher Terrell Anderson is being held on first-degree intentional homicide charges for the 2021 death of Miller, who was found dead on Riverbend Road in the town of Pelican, east of Rhinelander. At today's motion hearing, District Attorney Michael Sheik motioned a request for an additional detective to be present for counsel, which he was granted. There was also debate over whether or not statements from alleged accomplice Steph Wakefield can be considered testimonial, which Judge Bloom agreed it indeed can be testimonial. Anderson's jury trial is set to begin Monday with a jury selection. The trial is scheduled and will proceed Monday through Tuesday, August 23rd. We'll have all that coverage throughout the week right here on Newswatch 12. And reporting here in the studio, Kyle Pazorski, Newswatch 12.
Thanks, Kyle. A beautiful day outside today. A great day to be in the Northwoods.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff.
Temperatures back up in the 70s to low 80s across the region today. Tomorrow's going to be a bit cooler with highs back in the mid-70s. We'll take it, though, with plenty of sunshine then. Looking outside now, it's getting a little cooler now across the Northwoods, already in the low 70s along the UP border, but still some low 80s across central Wisconsin. That air, though, is going this way and not this way. We'll have cooler temperatures across our region tomorrow. Looking outside right now, though, lots of clear skies across the states, and pretty much for the Midwest and Great Lakes, there is a little something right there that will miss us to the west tomorrow, but it could increase the cloud cover just a little bit through the afternoon. Other than that, though, then this big high pressure shifts off this direction. On the back side of the high, the wind shifts out of the southwest, and guess what's there? This system right in here. That will bring us a couple of rain showers on Saturday. It will not be an all-day rain. Don't cancel your plans Saturday, but just know it's going to be a couple of showers around Saturday afternoon. Our forecast then for tonight, though, is partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies and a bit cool with low temperatures down near 49. Your full forecast is coming up. Dan and Jessica.
Progress is continuing steadily on the Park Falls YMCA project, according to Mayor Michael Boblick, who believes the Y will be a great asset for families in rural Price County. In March of this year, the city was awarded a grant of more than $5.6 million from the Wisconsin Department of Administration. This, coupled with the Chequamegon School District's Child Care Center, will provide not just one option for families, but multiple.
They set up their child care center really in a response to the largest one that we used to have shutting down. They were big supporters of this project. I think having more resiliency and more options for parents is only a good thing.
The future site of the Park YMCA will be on the north side of town near the water park and tennis courts.
With the school year just around the corner, one district is making sure it's prepared for anything. The Langlade County Sheriff's Department is planning a school safety training day at Elko School Building on August 25th. The public can expect a large law enforcement presence on that day. Elko's Early Learning Center, school office, and summer meal program will be closed for the day. The school building will be closed to all visitors as well.
After years of controversy, the state legislature is addressing sexual misconduct in the Wisconsin National Guard. The Legislative Council Study Committee met today to draw up recommendations for legislation to improve procedures for investigating sexual assault and harassment allegations. This comes after a 2019 study that was prompted after a whistleblower reached out to U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin about 6 alleged cases of assault and harassment. The probe found the National Guard failed to keep survivors updated on their cases and did not prioritize their needs and interests.
An attorney for one of the Wisconsin women who was involved in the Slenderman stabbing in 2014 says he no longer is asking for her to be released. Morgan Geiser, who's now 20 years old, was sentenced to 40 years in a mental institution after a jury found her not guilty by mental disease or defect. In June, her attorney filed a petition for her conditional release, but he's now pulling back from it. Geiser and her friend Anissa Wire are both institutionalized in Wisconsin after stabbing a classmate 19 times. Geiser's attorney says he will revisit requesting her conditional release in the near future.
Former Wisconsin Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish conceded to Tim Michels in the Republican primary for governor last night,
setting the businessman up to take on incumbent Democrat Governor Tony Evers in the fall. Michels ended up beating Clayfish by 35,000 votes, or around 5 percentage points. In his victory speech, Michels said the race is about standing up for hardworking people. He says jobs and the economy will be his top priority if he makes it to the governor's office. Michels will run with Roger Roth, who won the Republican primary for lieutenant governor. Meanwhile, Evers is joined by Sarah Rodriguez, who won the Democratic primary.
Coming up after the break, Vilas County is gearing up for its annual fair, what you can expect during the 4-day event.
And an ice cream parlor is hosting a new event, how it's bringing the community together through classic cars. That's after weather with Jeff right here on Newswatch 12.
This portion of Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Carpet City. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and get the toughest waterproof floors in the industry, where they're in stock and on sale. Rigid Maximum XL is 50% thicker and 30% longer, resulting in maximum durability, which is perfect for active families and pets. Not to mention, it's easy to install. Come to Carpet City Flooring Center to get your Rigid Maximum XL waterproof floors today.
Carpet City, our prices will floor you.
Everything here is American made.
But it's tough competing with China.
And Ron Johnson's making it tougher. Johnson pushed for special tax breaks for outsourcing corporations.
But voted against tariffs and sanctions on China's unfair trade practices.
And when Johnson's big corporate PAC donor announced plans to create jobs outside Wisconsin, he defended them.
It's not like we don't have enough jobs here in Wisconsin. The biggest problem.
Senator Johnson, stop making it tougher on us.
It's Slumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Now for the stacking, get another 20% off both items.
20 plus another 20?
Yep, and there's more. Buy any recliner or accent chair and get 20% off your second purchase. And stack an additional 20% off both items.
Discounts? On top of discounts?
Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Slumberland Furniture.
It's really competitive this year.
This season is just blowing my mind.
I think America is going to love you.
This is where every ninja wants to be.
National finals, baby.
What? One-handed! And look at this! And just did a flip trying to kill me up here, man?
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC.
Come join us at the historic Waswaganing Indian Bowl located in downtown Lac du Flambeau, Tuesdays through August 16th. Experience the culture and pageantry of Ojibwe powwow, relax to the soothing sounds of Native American drums, and enjoy the vibrant colors of traditional regalia worn by the authentic Ojibwe dancers. Watch and take part of their intertribal dances and come tour our Ojibwe Summer Village gates, open at 6 with grand entry at 7. Come and refresh your spirit, paid by the Native American Tourism of Wisconsin.
Newswatch 12 is brought to you by Bone and Joint Walk-In Care.
Well, we can sure get used to this. Just a reminder, it is Wisconsin, right? Cooler temperatures are on the way, but not today. Highs back up near 80, plenty of sunshine, low humidity. We'll take it. Tomorrow's going to be a bit cooler. High temperatures back in the mid-70s tomorrow and a little bit less humid. But overall, though, a nice stretch of weather is on the way. Right now, though, we're at 78 in Merrill, also 76 in Antigo, 81 with Paca, 85 for Green Bay. So it's warm in central and southern Wisconsin right now, but there's a sneaky cold front right across the Northwoods right now. It's shifting the winds out of the northwest, and that's going to cool us off just a bit tonight. In fact, many of you could have low temperatures in the upper 40s tonight. The average high is now 78, the record high being 91, the record low 38. That is not in jeopardy tonight. And the sun will set later on at 8:16. Okay, going forward, there is some heat across the Midwest, hundreds across the plains today. Again, a very hot summer for them. For us, though, that heat will stay there. For us, our air is going to come from this way tomorrow. As that front's now gone through the region, we will have low humidity and temperatures back in the 70s tomorrow. A very nice day. In fact, the average high temperature means 78. We're going to do 75 tomorrow. 77, though, for Friday. Also for Saturday. Here's the weekend. Temperatures upper 70s to low 80s with some sunshine in there as well before cooling off just a little bit Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday of next week. Okay, so lots of clear skies across Wisconsin, into Michigan, into parts of Minnesota. There is a little something over here, right? You see it. That will fall apart as it comes this way tonight. It'll not mess with us until basically on Saturday. It will, though, increase the cloud cover a bit tomorrow and bring some scattered showers to western Wisconsin and eastern Minnesota beginning tomorrow night. But the rest of us, though, are dry until this big high begins to shift over here. High pressure is sinking air. You can't get bad weather out of that. But we're going on this side of the high beginning on Saturdays. It all kind of scoots this way, and that could give us a chance for a couple of showers on Saturday afternoon. I know timing not great being the weekend, but overall, it won't be a washout. Don't cancel your weekend plans. Until then, increasing clouds a bit tomorrow, and maybe a couple of showers across western Wisconsin tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. Other than that, though, we are dry until the weekend. Our forecast then for tomorrow is 75 in Rhinelander, basically mid-70s for the northern portions tomorrow. Lots of sunshine again, and then further south, there might be an 80 in here. It's going to be a stretch, though, for most locations into tomorrow afternoon. Our forecast then tonight, though, is lots of clear skies. There could be some dense fog in there once again. A bit cool for a couple of you. High to low temperatures back near 49 with a northeast breeze around 5. For tomorrow, it's Thursday already. Look at this. Lots of sunshine, especially through the morning hours. 75 is the temperature across the area with a northeast breeze around 5. And then looking ahead, your 7-day forecast by Northwoods Furniture and Mattress keeps us dry tomorrow, 75, Friday, 77. There's that chance for a few storms on Saturday again, mostly in the afternoon, not an all-day rain, 77. And we'll flirt with 80 again on Sunday afternoon. Dan and Jessica.
Thanks, Jeff. The pandemic halted a lot of annual events, some that have been around for decades, others that have just begun.
Rhinelander's Project North Festival started in 2019, but has not happened since. Now organizers will be bringing it back in September. Project North is a music, art, and sustainability festival in Rhinelander's downtown. It will feature more than 25 live music performances on 4 stages, an eco-village with sustainability speaker panels, food, beer, arts, and children's activities. Tickets are available at projectnorth.org. The festival runs on September 16th and 17th.
Summer is fair season in the Northwoods. Langland, Oneida, and many other counties have had their turn. Preparations for the annual Vilas County Fair began today in Eagle River. For the next 4 days, people from across the Northwoods can come to and enjoy some old-fashioned carnival fun. Mary Schaefer is the Assistant Secretary of the Vilas County Fair, and she spoke about what people can expect to see at this year's event.
Well, we have projects in our exhibit hall, and people from the area and juniors bring stuff in, and we judge them on Thursday night, Friday morning, and the wine is done Friday afternoon.
Along with the exhibits and rides, the Vilas County Fair has activities like woodworking contests and burlap sack races. Schaefer said the fair is a good time for all ages.
Well, it gives us all something to do that's fun. It brings in money for the community and a good time for families. Families can all find something to do here and have a nice evening or a nice day.
For more information and a full schedule of events, head to the Vilas County Fair website at vilascountyfair.com.
Classic cars cruise up and down Northwood's highways all summer long. In St. Germain, one parlor came up with a new idea. Kathy's Ice Cream Shop off of Highway 70 started a new car show night every week. The meetup has brought a lot of people in for business as a way to entertain some of those enjoying a summer night at the parlor.
Car people come and they want to buy something, maybe an ice cream, and have an ice cream, but what I'm noticing is the regular customers that were planning on coming here anyways really enjoy the cars.
Owners and customers have plenty of time for conversation. Susie and Bill Melke own a 1937 Ford sedan that's painted snakeskin green.
A lot of the questions we get asked is, how do you drive it when it's so low to the ground? And you have to explain that it's on airbags, so when you start it up, it comes up to ride height.
More than 24 cars have attended the event. The shop wants to encourage community members to come out on Tuesdays for the rest of the summer. Car shows are expected to run through mid-September.
After sweeping the Tampa Bay Rays, the Milwaukee Brewers look to be back on track to their winning ways once again. It was a very close game today for the crew as they took a quick 2-0 lead after the first inning. But after that, the Rays scored 1 run in the 3rd, 5th, and 7th innings. The Brewers found themselves down late, but in the bottom of the 9th, Rowdy Tellez saved the game, hitting a solo home run to send it into extra innings. Then in extras, Willie Adames was able to play hero for the day, hitting a walk-off single to win it for the crew. The Brewers are back in action on Friday with a series in St. Louis to take on the Cardinals.
A new pedestrian path is coming to Forest County. The two areas that will be connecting. We'll break it down after the break.
Tired of Washington politicians not working for you? We've got a solution. With 3 easy payments of $1 million, Ron Johnson will work for you. Just ask these billionaires. They donated a fortune to Johnson, and he delivered a $215 million tax break for them. That's right, $215 million. Johnson even threw in a tax break for himself. Don't miss this opportunity. Call now. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Here in Wisconsin, too many homeowners endure frustrating and costly window problems. The ones who do something about it, well, they call us. Renewal by Anderson of Greater Wisconsin. Call today and save big. We handle everything locally, from start to finish and beyond. Give us a call because this savings offer only lasts for a limited time. Installation is always included. Plus, right now, get no payments and no interest for 12 months. Don't miss out. Schedule your free in-home consultation today.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead cost.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
It's Northwoods Furniture's sizzling summer sale going on now. As the summer heats up, so do our sales. Find red-hot store-wide savings at both locations. We have it all. Beautiful furniture and mattresses to fit everyone's comfort and style. Save on select Sealy mattresses, Lazy Boy, and Flex Steel furniture, and more. Enjoy the summer sun, relaxing on quality Amish-built outdoor furniture, all on sale now. Hurry in for best selections. Northwoods Furniture and Mattress in Eagle River, celebrating 15 years in business.
At Len's Truck, we've made the buying experience fast and easy. All our trucks are guaranteed clean, certified, can be bought hassle-free online, and can be delivered right to your door. It's our way of saying thanks to our past and future customers for the last 35 years. And when you buy a Len's Truck, know that you're buying the best used truck money can buy. Go now to lenstruck.com. You'll find over 800 used trucks, all priced to move. Go now to lenstruck.com.
Len's Truck. This portion of News Watch 12 is brought to you by Slumberland.
Former President Donald Trump gave sworn testimony today in New York.
The state's attorney general is investigating if Trump and his organization inflated financial statements. Here's the former president leaving Trump Tower this morning. He then traveled to the office of Attorney General Letitia James, where he declined to answer any questions. Trump invoked his Fifth Amendment protection against self-incrimination as he testified under oath today in the civil probe into Trump Organization. The Trumps and Trump Organization were unsuccessful at blocking a subpoena for their testimony. They have denied any wrongdoing.
President Joe Biden signed the PACT Act into law today. The bipartisan bill is the most significant expansion of veterans' health care and benefits in more than 30 years. It increases veterans' access to medical care and disability payments for exposure to burn pits. A signing ceremony held at the White House today was attended by veterans exposed to burn pits, along with their families, members of Congress, and veterans advocates, including comedian Jon Stewart. During his remarks, President Biden said the law was long overdue.
As a nation, we have many obligations. I've been saying this for a long, long time. We have many obligations, only one truly sacred obligation: to equip those we send into harm's way and to care for them and their families when they come home.
The PACT Act passed in the Senate in a 86-11 vote last week after Republicans, including Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson, had blocked its passage the week before.
Stocks rose sharply today after a key inflation reading showed a better than expected slowdown for rising prices. The Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ all jumped around 2 percentage points. The Consumer Price Index for July rose 8.5% year over year and was flat compared to June. That's lower than what many economists expected. Federal Reserve will weigh the slowing inflation along with other key economic data ahead of its September meeting, where it's slated to hike interest rates again.
U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin announced that 4 Wisconsin projects will receive funding through the infrastructure law passed this year, including a pedestrian path in Forest County. The county and the Potawatomi community will receive nearly $10 million to construct a 5-mile walking and biking path along U.S. Highway 8. It will link the city of Crandon to the Forest County Potawatomi Community Stone Lake Reservation lands and the Otter Springs Recreation Area. The project will also construct a half-mile pathway within the Potawatomi Government Complex, as well as a 1.5-mile formal ATV-only trail.
A former Twitter employee was found guilty of spying for Saudi Arabia. Tuesday, a federal jury in San Francisco convicted Ahmed Abu Amo of sharing personal user information of Saudi dissidents with Saudi officials. He was also found guilty of wire fraud, money laundering, and falsifying records. Prosecutors said Abu Amo was recruited by a top advisor to Saudi Arabia's crown prince and received hundreds of thousands of dollars for the information. A spokesperson said Twitter cooperated with law enforcement and notified users who might have been affected.
We'll be right back with one final look at your weather.
Hey friends, Bella Friday here, and I am joined by Brian Gottlieb today from Jacuzzi Bath Remodel. Brian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Bella.
So tell me, what are some of the most common reasons that people are updating their bath today?
It's really 2 reasons. Sometimes it's just for beauty. Maybe they have a tub that's really hard to clean, it's fiberglass, or it's stuck in the 70s, it's salmon, or it's blue. But a whole other reason is for safety. Some people have a tough time stepping over their bathtub and really can't take a shower safely, and that's a real important reason to change it.
And what makes the Jacuzzi shower system so special?
So Jacuzzi's been around for over 60 years, and if you've ever interacted with a Jacuzzi brand product, you know they know how to make water feel really good. So imagine a whole line of showers and baths with that same experience. And Jacuzzi's brought beautiful colors and textures and hardware choices, and everything's done in a day, and it's just a lovely shower system.
And how does someone choose the right Jacuzzi shower for their home?
Somebody from Team Jacuzzi Bath Remodel will come to your home. All the shopping happens at home. It's nice and convenient. And they'll bring all kinds of wall samples with them. They'll bring all the choices that you want to make so you can actually put it into your bathroom and see what it's going to look like. They even design it on an iPad so you can see what your bathroom will look like when it's finished. It's a great experience.
Yeah, it really sounds like an amazing experience. And you only use employees. You don't use subs.
We do. Yeah, we think that's just a better customer experience. So if we say we're going to be at your home at 7:30 on a Tuesday, we're going to show up because they're employees and we get to control the schedule.
Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has some very exciting offers. Take a look.
Trade in that old, tired bath for a brand new 2022 model. Have a bathroom that's outdated, cracked, or just plain ugly? We'll take your old model and design a brand new bath or shower of your dreams. Call now and we'll give you 50% off installation, postpone payments for 12 full months, and make monthly payments affordable to your budget. Call 1-800-Tundraland or visit Tundraland.com today.
I love this state. Knock on any door in any county, and you'll find good-hearted, hard-working folks. People whose businesses I proudly helped as Lieutenant Governor. Hard work needs to be respected again, with fair wages and opportunities to get ahead. That's how my parents opened doors for me. My mom was a teacher, and my dad worked third shift. I'm not one of these millionaires. I'll work just as hard for you as you work for your family. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
The St. Germain Chamber of Commerce presents their summer concert crawl. Join us at this local establishment for great live music.
You would assume that if your restaurant is named Red Lobster, you would only find crustaceans that are well red. But for the second time in a month, the chain has said it discovered an orange-colored lobster. Apparently, this hue of crustacean is only found one out of every 30 million. Red Lobster then decided to donate the lobster to an aquarium. How cute.
It just seems like kind of a normal lobster to me.
Yeah.
I don't know what's so special about it.
It's orange. Most lobsters aren't orange. They're supposed to be red. All right, so let's go to weather forecasting here. Hey, temperatures today looking good,
Very
right?
nice day.
70s and 80s out there right now. It is cooling off just a bit for us tonight. We'll have low temperatures down in the upper 40s for a couple of you again along the UP border. But other than that, though, a very nice night ahead. Clear skies are still out there currently. There could be a couple more clouds tomorrow. Otherwise, mostly sunny again with highs a bit cooler in the 70s. And then looking ahead, so the only little hiccup in here is going to be Saturday afternoon. There could be a couple thunder showers in the area. Other than that, though, temperatures hanging out in the mid-70s to low 80s.
Looking very nice.
Yeah.
Definitely loving this beautiful weather. Well, that's all the time we have. We'll see you back here at 10. Have a great night.
Mr. Food Test Kitchen is brought to you by Golden Carrot Jewelers and Creative Kitchen and Bath Studio.
If you love the combo of toasty marshmallows, melted chocolate, and crispy graham crackers, then today's your lucky day. Yup, it's officially National S'mores Day, a day to celebrate all things s'mores, like we need an excuse to eat them. So today,